Well, good afternoon to you. Welcome back to Shaving and Fuzzy. I'm Fuzzy. How y'all doing today? So it's Sunday evening. Yes, evening. That means I'm working tonight, right? Yep. There you go. Good old night shift. These things happen. These things happen. So there we go. So my sister and brother and their spouses made it back from their cruise today. They brought me some cigars from Key West, Island Cigar Factory, I think it's called. I'm gonna try one of those on the way to work today. Should be great. Thank you, Mark. And then Penny, my sister, and my brother-in-law Eddie got me a coffee mug. How you like it? I like it. You like it? I like it. Look at there. 90 miles to Cuba, I think it says. Southernmost point, continental U.S., Key West, Florida, right there. And it's the mile marker 0 there, because it's all the way down there. Maybe I'll make it one day. Appreciate it, sis. You're great. So they make it home good. So we're still drinking on the Tundra mud. So that's a good thing. Okay, so the other day I noticed on the, I'm always looking around for things that are fun to play with. And I noticed the other day Stirling is making a travel shave bowl, and it's collapsible, and it's got the little thingies in the bottom to help aerate the lather, which I don't think is necessary because I don't bowl lather, I face lather, so I don't care about any of that. But anyways, at Walmart the other day, back in the sporting goods section, they have a little collapsible bowl, cup, whatever. And I got to thinking, well, you know, I talk all the time about sometimes you go to a hotel and they're not allowing you to block up, they don't have the little plunger thingy to block the sink so the sink doesn't overflow, or it's broken and it's not there, and then you have to use a little hotel cup. So I got to thinking, I'm going to stick my little collapsible cup, bowl, whatever, into my travel bag. So I said, well, let's try a shave using that and see how well it works. So today we're going to do the Stirling Spice because I felt like an Old Spice shave. And we're going to use the Family Dollar stuff that I haven't been able to find anymore that smells like Old Spice. And we're going to do a final shave with the Hawk here so it can go back to its owner. I think I've got the original mild blade that I started with in it. But, you know, I used the mild blade and then I used a Pro blade, Super Pro, whatever it was. And I think, nope, I'm wrong. Okay, I see the mild blade has a little hole there in it, and so I took the mild blade out. That's what I had used the last shave, I guess. And so I've got the Super Pro blade in. I don't know, blade's a blade, right? Don't really think it matters that much. One's supposed to be more aggressive, sharper, whatever than the other. I don't know, blade's a blade, they both cut. So that's what we're going to use on this final shave. So to mimic our hotel where you can't close off the sink shave, we're going to start by wetting down a rag. White rag, since that's what hotels generally have, at least the ones I go to. And we got a couple of days worth of growth going on there, which means I probably didn't shave the other day. Oh well, it happened. So, speaking of work, yes, big news at work. Got a memo the other day that there was a big all-employee meeting for the company I work for. And couldn't find out, the company I work for got sold to another company. Now this company they got sold to, this is one of the things they do. They buy up smaller companies and yada yada yada, all that kind of good stuff. And you hear good things about them and you hear bad things about them. So I am being optimistic. I am being the optimistic one, even though it is not easy for me to be up and optimistic and bright and cheery. But I told the boss I would, so I will. We'll see. Nothing is supposed to change, but I have been told that a company, it's called Universal Allied, or Allied Universal. Universal Allied, I think. No, Allied Universal. Anyway, whatever. That they come in and they tell you nothing's going to change, and for a few months everything is okay, and then they start trying to change things. So we'll see. Nothing is supposed to change. It's supposed to be better benefits. So we'll see how all that works. I'm going to be optimistic. I'm going to be the optimistic one and say that everything is going to be fine. So here we go. I mean, I might not get a raise out of the deal, but I shouldn't get pay cut or anything, because the plant is willing to pay what they've been paying us. So it shouldn't matter, even though a new company comes in. We'll see. I'm not much on pay cuts though. Not at all. Alright, well, the Stirling here. And we're just using water in the cup here to dip our brush in. We use the water in the cups to soak our board brush, because I think you need to soak a board brush. I know people don't. And they can do a shave, and they'll show you that the lather works just as good with a brush that hadn't been soaked. Nice. But I could probably do a shave without soaking a brush. I may do that one day, see what kind of shave we come up with if I had to. There's a lot of things I can do if I have to. I ain't gonna do it if I don't have to. Shaving with cold water is one of them. Yeah, I can do a cold water shave. Still get a good shave. Yeah, sure. But, you know, definitely not the best way to do anything, in my opinion. Alright, so the nice wide AC blade here. This is a feather. I think it was the Super Pro. I actually sent the rest of those blades I had in that pack to Ordinary Shaver, because he needed some AC blades. And but I think it was Super Pros were the ones I had. Cause I use these blades in one of my the Camisore style shavette that I have. Good shave this thing. I mean, I can't. It's like I was saying with the Razorak Eco. You can't knock the shave. The shave is great. This one is wider. Does it shave, you know, a quicker shave or anything? No, not particularly. I think my shaves still run about the same amount of time, whichever one we're using. This one is nice and wide, and the blade goes from side to side, unlike the Eco that didn't. There we go. All right. Now we'll go ahead while we're over here and trim up around the goatee. There we go. All right, first pass out of the way. You know, I think I could even, without even running the water in the sink, you could use your bowl to rinse the razor in. Why didn't I think of that to start with? You wouldn't even have to run the water to rinse your razor out. That could be an interesting. Let's see, we'll try that here in a second. I don't think you're going to use enough water if you're turning the water on and off during the shave to really matter. But if you're out camping or whatever, this is a camping style shave. You have you some hot water, you heat it up over the fireplace or whatever, you have you some hot water to shave with and rinse in, so that would work that way also. Let's get us a little cross the grain thing going. Works very well with this razor, eh? Razor to razor, right? So we go down and we're rinsing our bowl. Yeah, worked just fine. Plenty of room in there to wiggle the head around in, get it rinsed out good. Trim up around the old sideburns there. Yeah, that works good. So this is definitely going into my travel bag. This could be used anywhere you didn't have a sink, or if you were somewhere maybe the sink doesn't look like it's really clean enough. I have, I've had to clean up in some service station bathrooms over the years that were rather rough. Truck stops, service station, things of that nature, bus stops. And a setup like this would allow you to not have to use a grungy looking sink. There's that also. So right there, I think we've come up with several good reasons that the old bowl there is handy. I'm definitely going to put it into my travel setup. No doubt. Alright, let's get this all cleaned off and see what we got before we do our little cleanup pass with our witch hazel. First, I already know what we got. What we got at the time out for another couple of sips of coffee. That's what we got. Look at that mug. Hey, like that. Nice big mug. I can put that pot of coffee in that thing right there. Alrighty. Go ahead. Dry off there. I don't know if it matters if you dry off your face before you put your witch hazel on. Probably a lot of people don't. I'm just fine with that, but I do. I do. That way it goes on full strength. It ain't watered down. Take care of any little irritation, skin irritation you may have. I'm gonna splash a little bit more on. I can tell you, ain't nothing wrong with that shave right there. Let's get our razor back out of the water here. We'll shake it off some. Alright. Go around front of the ear and everything like we normally do under that jawline. Go to there. Go to that ear and down around that jawline. Perfect. Alrighty. Well, there we go. Our last shave with the Hawk here, so that it can go back to its owner, who I once again appreciate being able to borrow it. I'm not going to buy it. I said in the last video with the Razorak Echo 4, I sent it home, that someone in the forum said that even though some of us old guys don't like the new fangled razors and reinventing the wheel and all that kind of good stuff, maybe this will help encourage younger people, because younger people don't like older stuff a lot of times. They want the new and improved and fancy and Yankee whatever stuff, and maybe they help bring some newer folks in, and then once they do that, then they can see about the vintage stuff. Well, maybe that's true, and I'm okay with it. I'm not going to say you shouldn't buy a newfangled razor. I'm not buying a newfangled razor. But, generally they're just reinventing the wheel. So, anywho, that's what I think about it. So there we go. So that's our shave for today. All nice and cleaned up. I'm going to splash on a little bit of the Smells Like Old Spice here. Going to say happy birthday to my sister while they were on their cruise. She had her birthday. She's a little bit younger than me, but I ain't going to tell you how old she is. But I'm 50 and she's 17 months younger than me. But I ain't telling you how old she is. So there we go. I ain't telling. Not going to do it. Well, y'all have a good afternoon. I'm going to finish getting ready for work here and get on the roll, as they say. Y'all have a good evening. Whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you could always forget where the camera is now that I started using this thing sideways. Happy shaves. Do you?